Well, the Twitter Files Part 7 was released. To put it in a nutshell, the CIA, the FBI, our intelligence agencies were manipulating public opinion, specifically in this case about what's taking place in the Middle East. Examples of Arabic language accounts being used to propagate the narrative desired by the US intelligence officials. Please, America, realize that you are being manipulated, that when power is coalesced, it doesn't necessarily go to people that have America's best interest at heart, but rather their own financial self-interest. What do you think that the ESG scores are? They are a way to manipulate America into BlackRock getting what they want. They institute this narrative, and then they drive what would be, for example, an Exxon-run production over, and Exxon drops it because they don't want their ESG score to drop, for example, and it goes over to PetroChina, so that China are the ones in control of these petroleum assets. And what do you think that BlackRock gets as a result? They get to do business in China. They get to start the first foreign mutual fund or index fund in China, leading to massive gains. It's just a way to manipulate you. So don't think that when you give up your freedoms to people that are well-intentioned, the first set might be, you might have the benevolent dictator, but as those powers of dictatorship are passed on to subsequent generations or politicians, you will get similarly people that are only out there for themselves, who don't give a crap about the common American person. So this is just an example of how the manipulation that is being done on Twitter and all the social media platforms, and all of them have shadow banning despite what they say. They are all beholden to the intelligence apparatus because it's kind of a mafioso tactic. Oh boy, nice business you got there, and it'd be a shame if something happened to it. Because they can haul you in front of Congress, because they can make your life miserable, because they can issue warrants if you don't do what they want. And the challenge that I have with centralized power is that it ultimately gets corrupted by people that only want to serve their own self-interest. And this is what the Twitter Files are exposing. So when they say, give up your guns, America, because we just need a peaceful society. No, this ability to push back against this centralized power with our own weapons is something that we must hold dear, because even if the current crop of politicians, which I don't believe, had America's best interests at heart and wanted only to have peace, the subsequent generations will take advantage of the fact that you are disarmed. And you just take a look at what's going on in Canada right now, how they are going to be driving this communist narrative of centralized power, and that they know best, and that they know that you should be able to take this vaccine because it's risk-free and it only benefits everybody. Despite the fact that this narrative has been disproven, they are staying on it, and they are forcing their population into subservience. So once again, a slight little diatribe about the Twitter Files Part 7, which are used to manipulate those in the Middle East and America and all over the world. But just know that the manipulation is going on, and that people eventually will serve their own self-interest, which is why we need decentralized power, and they cannot have their hand in everything and taking away your rights.